everybody. Oh, my camera's gonna die. Great. Well, anyways, I have story time for y'all today. So, as you can see by the caption, I got catfished. And this was a while ago. And, I was really mad about it at the time. And annoyed. But I'm over it now. And I think it's funny. So I wanted to wait until I thought it was funny and I was over it and I could talk about it in a nice way. So you're gonna get to know the whole spiel because I got all the tea for y'all today. Also, sorry if the lighting changes throughout this video. It's like, what is it, 6:40 and like the sun's going away. So also I might switch to videoing on my phone because my camera's gonna die even though I charge this thing every single time. What's the point of having a camera? Anyways, okay, so let's start the story. So I matched on Tinder with this guy. Never trust a Tinder bitch, guys. Never trust a Tinder bitch. We're videoing on my phone apparently because my camera died. Okay, so he texted me first. And like, to be honest, I really don't even use Tinder like as Tinder should be used. Like it's just really for fun. Like, I never reply to people, but like it was cute. So I was just like, whatever. Conversation probably won't go anywhere because all Tinder people are boring, but you know, we'll see. So I answer, and he actually like is really good at keeping conversation, so I'm like, okay, cool. But what is really weird, and like now that I'm looking back at it is really weird, is he was like, I'm in Guelph, which I was in Guelph at the time. He is like, I'm in Guelph. I'm like going back to Waterloo tonight because my friends live there, my family lives in Guelph, but I'm from BC. I'm from Vancouver. I'm in Guelph right now where you are, but I'm going back to Waterloo tonight when you're going back to Waterloo tomorrow. Like, he didn't know this, but like this is what was happening in my life, which is weird. But he's from Western. There's so many aspects to this story, okay? He's from Western. I'll tell you his name. I never told you his name. His name's Oliver. So yeah, he's from Western. He's in Guelph while I'm in Guelph. He's going to Waterloo the night before I'm going to Waterloo. And he's telling me all the days that he's gonna be going out downtown Waterloo. And I'm like, okay, cool. Same night we start talking on Tinder, he's like, you wanna call? Like, you wanna talk on the phone? And I'm like, it's like 12 a.m. and I'm going to bed. And he's like, no, like, seriously, like, just for 5 minutes, like, it's fine, like, I just want to, like, talk to you, like, you know, like, he's like, you seem cool, like, I just want to talk to you on the phone. And I'm like, okay, whatever, like, what am I gonna lose? Like, I don't, like, you know, like, you don't know the person, so it's, like, kind of weird, but whatever. So we start talking on the phone. And he's like a super cool guy, you know, like really interesting, good at keeping conversation. He's got like all this cool stuff going for him. And I'm like, okay, kind of cool, kind of nice. So I go back to Waterloo and we're like talking, keep talking, like talking every day. He like wants to call me all the time and I'm like, bro, I'm doing my homework and shit. So I would like call him and stuff. And we like planned to like hang out. I think we planned to hang out like on the weekend, like this was during the week. And so the weekend comes and it's like the day we're supposed to hang out, and he like calls me and he's like, hey, like I'm really excited to see you tonight, like blah blah blah, like I'll come get you, come pick you up, all this shit. And then it comes like to the night and he doesn't text me for like 3 hours. And I'm like, kind of, like, it was really weird. Like, he just, like, stopped replying. And like 3 hours later, he texts me, he's like, oh my god, like I was just at the hospital, like my friend's like girlfriend broke up with him, and like he's like really depressed and like really he's like crying, and like we had to take him to the hospital because he was like having an anxiety attack and all this shit, right? And I'm just like, whoa, okay, like I can't argue with that. Like that's a good excuse. Like I'm not gonna be like, what the fuck, bro, why didn't you text me, why didn't you come get me? Like I was like, okay, well, like if you want to call me and talk about it, like you can call me and talk about it. I called him and we were talking about it, and like he didn't like seem to care, like he was like faking it, and I was just like thought it was kind of weird. Like this whole time I had like kind of like weird vibes, like not weird vibes, but just like there's like a few things here and there that I was just like kind of skeptical things I was skeptical about. So then we kept talking, and pretty much tried to hang out again, and he said he was going out to the drink, and I was like, okay, well, like I was gonna go out to the drink tonight too, and he was like, all right, like I'll see you there, and then like we can like hang out after. And I was like, okay, cool. So then getting all ready to go to the drink, he's like, yeah, I'll be there soon, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, and then he doesn't answer me for another hour, 2 hours, and then texts me, and he's like, why didn't you reply to me? And I'm like, I did reply to you, you haven't been texting me. And he was like, yeah, like my friend's sad again, like he started crying and like didn't want to go out, and like none of my other friends wanted to go out, so that's why I'm not there, and then like I'm not gonna come get you now because my friend's like upset again, and like I want to like be here for him. And I'm like, oh my god, your freaking friend, buddy. Okay, I'm not gonna, I was like, okay, you're a good friend, like good for you, like that's no problem, whatever. So then that ended up happening again, didn't hang out. And keep in mind, throughout this whole entire time, we're texting and calling. No FaceTime, no Snapchat. And no, also he doesn't have Instagram, doesn't have Facebook, doesn't put any stories up, like nothing. Like the only place I've ever seen his face is on Tinder. And when we're talking, like when we're texting or like calling about stuff and talking about stuff, he'll send me pictures of like his sister, his brother, like him on vacation, him like doing whatever, I don't know, with his friends. And I'm like, okay, cool, like whatever. Like I've never gotten a Snapchat from this guy, I've never FaceTimed him, and still have not seen him in person. There's a couple times that we were on the phone talking, and he would go to Conestoga Mall. Like he would be on the phone with me while he's in Conestoga Mall, and he'd like be like, oh, why is there like a cop car in your mall? And like I went to Conestoga Mall the next day with my friends, and there was a cop car in the mall. Like he was legit in Conestoga Mall, because I could like hear him, like he was like, oh, like what should I eat? He was like naming off all the like food places in the cafeteria, and like it's all the food places that are in Conestoga Mall. Like I mean, I don't know, like he could have like looked at a directory, but like how do you know there was a cop car? He like went into Sage and was like talking to the person, and I could hear him talking to them. He went into Sephora to buy his sister makeup and was talking to like some lady in Sephora that he worked with in Foot Locker before she worked in Sephora. And like I could hear him ordering like a pretzel for his friend, like I could hear him ordering food. So we tried to hang out again, and I don't remember what happened that time. We tried to hang out, and he like didn't text me for like hours, and like got really mad and stuff, and he was like, oh, like I drove back to Western. And I'm like, what? He left Waterloo and drove back to Western because something happened, I don't know, and that's why we couldn't hang out. And I'm like, okay, cool, that's great. He's like, no, but I'm gonna drive back to Waterloo like tomorrow, so I'll be back. And I'm like, so you drove to Western, and then you're gonna drive back to Waterloo tomorrow. He's like, yeah, I like driving. I'm like, bro, whatever, you do you. Okay? Try and hang out a fourth time at the drink. I'm going out for my friend's birthday to the drink. And he's like, oh, I'm going to the drink too. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll see you there. Didn't text him the whole night. I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna text him. He can text me. He can tell me he's here. Cause like at that point, like I was kind of like, ugh, I don't know, like he hasn't hung out with me yet. And like he's being kind of crazy because like he like didn't think that I was like into him. Like he was like, oh, like you're not as into me as I'm into you. And like would say all this shit and like get so mad. And I'm like, I've been talking to you for like a week. Like what? What are you talking about? Like, I don't know, this guy's buck wild, okay? So then I go to the drink and I texted him while I was in line. I was like, hey, the line's really long, like just like a heads up. And he's like, oh yeah, like on my way there now. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then he was like on guest list though, so like I'll get in real quick. And I'm like, okay, cool. I wasn't in guest list, so I was in like the normal line. Somehow he walked by me. Like the lines were like this, right? Like this is normal line, this is guest line. Like they're literally like, it's just a gate in between the two. Somehow he walked by me and went into the drink. Did I see him? Did he see me? No. I was standing there the whole time. Did I see him? No. But he texted me, he's like, oh yeah, like I'm inside, like where are you? I'm like, really? Because I'm still in the line. And he was like, oh. He's like, where are you? And at this point I had left the line and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? So like the line was taking way too long and they were only letting guests listen. So I left and I went into like the place across the street. And I was like, oh, like I'm in the restaurant across the street. And he's like, oh, I'll come get you. Like I'll come, like I'm coming right now. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like I'll wait for 5 minutes to wait, come get me. 5 minutes goes by, still not there. I'm like, how long does it take to walk across the damn street? Not that long. So I was like, okay, this guy is not fucking real, man. He is not a real person. So I was like, all butthurt about it the whole night, ruined my friend's birthday. And then the next day I was like, you know what guys, this guy is not real and I wanna prove it. I wanna see what happens. I call him. So she calls him.
The text now subscriber you were trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
And then we'd look up text mail subscriber and it's like, oh, these are scam artists. And I'm like, great, perfect. Type in his number on like the like stupid online like number finder thing and it's like, oh, like this isn't like a real number, blah 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 blah. I like look at his Snapchat, doesn't have a snap score. How's that possible? You've been Snapchatting me. Well, not Snapchatting me, but like text Snapchatting me. I went into like full freaking like spy mode and like went to Conestoga Mall and like went to Sephora and I was like asked like one of the workers, I was like, is one of your like sales manager like it here like did she used to like work in Foot Locker? Like I heard this guy talking around the phone and like I think he's catfishing me. And like the girls at Sephora were like really into the story. They're like, oh my god, like what did he do? Like no, like none of our sales managers like worked at Foot Locker. They were like so into the story. Like they were literally like asking every single person that was working that day. They're like, do you know if any of our sales managers like worked at Foot Locker? Like they were like so like going so hard for me. I love that. Or doesn't have Instagram, doesn't have Facebook, doesn't have LinkedIn, can't find his siblings on anything. Like can't find, like he told me like his dad was like a freaking hockey player on the oh, I don't remember. He told me his dad was some hockey player and that guy exists, but like It's not his dad. So then I texted him and I'm like, hey, pretty much if you don't send me a Snapchat or FaceTime me or see me in person, I'm done talking to you. And he was like, what do you mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you accusing me of shit? And I'm like, because you're a fucking catfish. And he was like, why would you say that? And I'm like, what do you mean, why would I say that? Like, like, I have the right to call you a catfish because you haven't shown me your real self. So, I was like, literally just send me a Snapchat, it's not that hard. Like, just prove it to me, like, if you care so much about it. Like, he was like, no, please, like, I'm not, like, don't leave me, like, what? I'm just like, bro, literally, it's not that hard, like, just send me a Snapchat and, like, everything will be all good. Honestly, no, it probably wouldn't be all good because people can, like, I've seen catfishes that can, like, send Snapchats, like, of the person, but, like, it's fake. But, like, anyways, I was like, just send me a Snapchat, like, FaceTime me, like, it's not that hard, honestly. And he's like, oh, I'm busy right now. I'm like, doing what? And he was like, oh, I'm, like, out for breakfast or some shit. And I'm just like, what? You can't send me a Snapchat because you're out for breakfast? Like, these are just this is just so much bullshit, okay? We tried to, what's it called? Google search. Google image search his photos on Tinder. That didn't work. Like, couldn't find him. Yeah, so, if this happened to anybody else with the same guy, let me know. We can talk tea, sis. And if you are talking to people on Tinder or any dating app, please be careful. Please, like, make sure the person's real before you tell them stuff, before you trust them, before you try and hang out with them, before anything. Because people are scary. People are lonely and people are fucked. And it really sucks. It really was scary. Like, I was more scared and, like, annoyed than upset because I'd talked to this guy and, like, I'd been on the phone with him a lot and he could hear my friends. Like, he knew, like, my residence. He knew what school I went to, what program I was in. He knew, like, so much stuff, like, and it's just scary. So, we don't trust a Tinder bitch anymore. We deleted Tinder. I have a little bit of trust issues now, but it's okay. We learned a good lesson. Yeah, so that is the tea. Hopefully I explained that well. It was a really weird experience, and, like, I hope it doesn't happen to anybody else, but it's kind of funny. Like, I find it kind of funny, but yeah, I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen to me again. And it probably won't because, you know what, I don't trust a bitch. I want to meet a person in person first and then start talking to them. I know, fuck this dating app, Tinder shit, okay? Yeah. So, now that we're in quarantine because of the coronavirus, maybe I'll be making more why am I being so hyper? Guys, this is what staying inside not talking to a single person does to you. I've been talking for 17 minutes. This is what happens when you're stuck inside and you've been doing homework all day.
And all you do is listen to music and watch Love is Blind and sleep. Guys.
I'll be making a whole lot more videos. I really want to get my dad in a video because my dad's, like, hilarious, so that might be next. Maybe yeah, I have a good idea. Okay, alright, so subscribe, like the video. I say this every single time, I'll probably be making more videos. I want to make more videos. I like doing it. It's just gets, like, one thing after another and after another, and I'm just like, I need to make my video. Stop, busy life. So, yeah. Now that I'm, like, chilling, once I get all my schoolwork out of the way, I'm almost done all that stuff, I'll focus on making videos. And we can become a little family again. I miss YouTube. Everyone makes fun of me. Okay, either people make fun of me for making videos, or people are like, oh my god, like, that's so good, I wish I could do that, like, I want to make a YouTube channel, like, you're so good, blah blah blah, make more videos. And like, that's so nice, like, I love that. But like, there's these people that are like, fucking, ugh, you know what, fuck them, you know, I don't even care. So I'll see you guys soon. Subscribe to my channel, and yeah, love you guys.